All right, so this is my Firman generator. Let me go ahead and pull off the little hood thing that I had on it. And I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do with this. Yeah, we got to get it started first of all. But let's go ahead, let's come down a little bit here and take a look at it. So this is a 12-volt battery, and I did charge it because, you know, you don't really use the generator unless there's a hurricane, right? And so I charged it the other day, and it took about 24 hours, and I got it nice and charged so that it would, you know, start off the electrical start, which is right here. All right, so you want to check your oil. So let's go ahead and pull this out. As you can see, we've got good oil in there. It's clean too. It's not dirty. So this is a little tricky getting it back in there, but you want to screw it back in all the way, just like that. You want to make sure you're not cross-threading it too. And it should go right in. And that's pretty good, tight. Over here is the 12-volt battery. Like I said, I did charge it. And this thing here is kind of, see how this is smushed here? I should loosen that and try to get that back on there right, because I don't want it to crack. See if I can push this on there. Well, I guess that's gonna have to work. All right, so anyway, I did charge this, and what you need to do is get one of these chargers. You can see this is the positive, this is the negative. You just hook it up, and you want to make sure that it's set on 12 volt. I'm gonna do this. So anyway, here's my charger. I put it right to 12 volt. You can have a 6-volt battery, but I had a 12 volt. And so you go ahead then and you hook these on just like that. And then it charges, and this will blink green until it's ready. And all you do is just plug it into any plug. So I did that the other day. I'm going to show you the video on that. I'll connect it to this one. So I bought this from Costco. It was like about 20 bucks. And it's a battery charger for 12 volt. And then it comes, basically all it is you plug it in and you hook these up to the battery. I mean, that's it, really. All right, so anyway, I just got to plug it in, right? So we're going to go ahead and put her in here. Make sure I got it the right way. Okay, that's in. That's ready to go. Okay, now we're just going to bring this over here and just hook her right on. So here we go. First, I'll do it on this one. And then we'll go ahead and put it on this one over here. You want this rubber on there, but you don't want it hooking to the thing. There we go. So it doesn't short it out. All right, so now we should just be good. Let's take a look. We got a blinking light. So we just got to let that charge. And we can let it charge for about 24 hours. And we should be good. I mean, it should, you know, it should be ready to go. So we'll do that. So there we are. We're hooked up to the positive, the negative. There's our charger. We got it plugged in here, and Bob's your uncle. All right, so anyway, when you get a flashing green light, that means it's charging. If you get a red light, that means you ain't got to connect it right. Once that green goes fully solid, that means that battery is completely charged. Apparently, we have a solid green light, which means that that bad boy is charged. So now we can go ahead and take these off. Pull that off first. Take that one off second. Try not to touch them together. All right, and then let's go ahead and put our things back on here. And that's pretty much it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the system on this. All right, so first of all, you can do gas or you can do LP. All right, if you do LP, you got to hook up a tank over here. But we're going to do gas because I've got gas in there now. And then over here, this is the start button. Now, when you start it, you're going to hold this down for about 3 seconds, and it should fire right up. So we've got a number of different plugs depending on what you need to do. And if you look down here, it tells you 120V 240, 120V 240, the different kind of plugs. And then you have, you know, like you've probably seen this on a dryer, and it's a 120VA 30. And then this is what we're going to probably use because we're going to plug one here, and we're going to do both of our refrigerators basically. And that's it, really. That's basically how you set it up. Now, the gas goes up here. And I'm going to show you me pouring it in there. So I got to push this, and I got to pull this back a little bit, and there it comes out. Okay, that's going to be enough to get it started, right? To test it, right? We got that closed, and now all we got to do is try to start it and see how she works. Now when you're getting ready to start it, what you're going to do is you got to turn this to gas. Once it starts running, if you want to turn it off, you bring it back to the off position, it just shuts off. All right, over here you've got a run and you got a choke. When you're going to start it, you're going to push this to choke. As soon as it starts, you got to bring this back here. If you don't, you'll burn out your engine. We also, if you can't get the electrical going, we do have a pole start that you can use. But I recommend using the electrical because that's much better. It's much easier to do. I mean, you know, pole start's hard. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start it up. I'm going to show you how we do that. So you want to position this somewhere where the exhaust is not going to get into the building. And here's our exhaust over here. And you don't want this going into your house because the carbon monoxide will kill you, okay? It will kill you. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out and we're going to just start it up and let it burn all the gas out of it. That's basically what my system is today. If you want to look at the start procedure for gas, it's right there. You can do a screenshot. But that's pretty much it. So right here, I'm good 15 feet away from that door, and the door's shut, so we shouldn't get any fumes coming into it. And it should just blow straight out there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we do it. All right, so first what we're going to do is we're going to turn this to gas, just like that, right? You'll see that that light went on. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to flip this to start. Then I'm going to come here, and I'm going to give this a good 3-second hold, and then it should start up. And as soon as it starts up, I've got to go back and run it, put it to run off the choke. All right, so I pulled down the background sound. If you notice, there's a green light there now. That indicates that it is running and it's running correctly. And if we go around to the front of the generator where the pole bar is, you're going to see the exhaust fumes popping out, and they're pretty hot. So you don't want to touch the engine or get too close to the exhaust fumes, and you don't want to breathe them because that's carbon monoxide and it will kill you. Keep that thing far away from your house. You don't want those fumes getting inside. So it's run out of gas, so let's just go ahead and put this back to stop. And you'll notice the light goes out. And now we're ready to go ahead and store it. But I'm going to let it cool down first because I don't want to put the cover on it when it's hot because it can melt it. So just let it sit out here for a little bit and cool down. So whenever you're storing this Firman, you want to get the gas out of it. You don't want gas in your garage. So I keep it in the garage so it doesn't get weathered, but you definitely want to burn that gas out like we did. That's the best way.